This is Nick Geyer, the Palouse Pundit, talking about the Danish island that went carbon negative. Denmark is primarily a nation of 444 islands, 76 of them inhabited. The capital, Copenhagen, is located on the largest island, Zealand, and the second largest island, Funen, is the home of Hans Christian Andersen. These days, the Danish island most in the news is Samsø, about twice the size of Manhattan. The island used to be known mainly for its delicious strawberries and potatoes. Today the Samsingers, as the 4,200 people of Samsø are called, are the first in the industrialized world to reach a carbon-negative state. They used to be totally dependent on petroleum imports and electricity from coal-fired plants on the mainland. Before 1998, each Samsinger was responsible for 11 metric tons of carbon dioxide released into the atmosphere. Annually, each American puts 19 metric tons into the air. By installing wind turbines, solar panels, and burning biomass in closed furnaces, the Samsingers have now reduced their carbon dioxide emissions by 140%. By 2005, they'd reached 100% and attained carbon neutrality. The additional 40% reduction means that they are now carbon negative. They are exporting more energy than they are consuming. In 1997, the Samsingers thought that their island had a good chance to win a national competition for a renewable energy island. An engineer came over from the mainland and did some wind and sunshine studies, and the Samsingers sent off their proposal to Copenhagen. They won the competition, and the prize was $90 million in grants from the Danish government over 10 years. Raising 80% of their own capital, the Samsingers eventually installed 11 major land-based wind turbines and set up many more smaller household turbines. Each year the residents used 26 million kilowatt hours, but have produced an excess of 80 million kilowatt hours that they sell to the national grid for $8 million a year. To offset the 700,000 gallons of gas and diesel still used in their cars, tractors, and ferries, the Samsingers invested in 10 sea-based wind turbines, which greet visitors as they arrive at the ferry terminal. The Samsingers are expanding their biogas production to include methane from pig waste, and they are also experimenting with the production of hydrogen, which can be used to run fuel cells. A century ago, Danish meteorologist Paul Lecour used windmills to produce hydrogen for the lights at his high school. Under his leadership, wind power produced 3% of Denmark's electricity by 1918. Cheap oil then put an end to this early green revolution. Danish scientists are again on the cutting edge of hydrogen production. On the Danish island of Lolland, windmills are producing 50% more power than the people consume. So the Lollanders are electrolyzing water to produce hydrogen and oxygen, which is used to speed up the treatment of the island's sewage. The Samsingers and the Lollanders, mostly conservative farmers, say that they are just ordinary people. Their challenge is that if they can become carbon neutral, then anyone on Earth can follow their lead. With sufficient political will and cooperative effort, every nation could kick its petroleum habit, and planet Earth could be saved from ecological disaster. This is Nick Geyer, the Palouse Pundit, wishing you a great and green day.